Hello, everybody. My name is Luchara, and this is a profession overview for Eco. This overview is meant for people who are joining a server. They're not sure what profession they want to be, or they're joining their first server and they have no idea what they want to be. This overview is going to cover mining, smelting, advanced smelting. So let's get into it. All right, so let's talk about mining, and let's start with the big question of why would I be a miner if you technically don't need to be a miner to mine? Like anybody can come down and do what I'm doing right now. That's very true, but there is a couple of good reasons why you would take mining. And the first one is miners spend half as much calories to mine as non-miners, and they also have some perks that help them out a lot. But that's not even the big reason. The big reason, well, actually, let's go out and we'll show the big reason. All right, so the reason you would want to be a miner, the main reason why you need miners on your server, is because you need to be a miner to crush ores and stone. Now, there is a couple of uses of, pure stone, pre-crushed, masonry, advanced masonry, both want it for its crush, but everybody else that uses stone wants the crushed product. Well, not smelters, because smelters, you need to crush it, and then you need to concentrate it. But you still need to crush it first. And again, the concentrating process, also you need to be a miner. But crushed stone is used by engineers to make roads. Asphalt roads need crushed stone. They need sand. Oh, and miners also can turn crushed granite or crushed sandstone into sand. You will need a lot of sand. Like, you wouldn't think, but sand is one of the most valuable resources in the game. Because, like I said, road builders need sand. Glass makers need sand. Where's glass? Sand and crushed limestone. Crushed limestone is also very valuable. And obviously smelters need a ton of concentrate, especially iron. You go through a lot of iron. Gold and copper doesn't really come into the late game, but you will need a lot of it. But one thing to keep in mind if you are a miner and you are making the concentrates, so if you're planning to be a smelter or if you're planning to work with or sell to a smelter, you will also get these tailings, which is a waste product that you have to bury them underground. Well, unless you want to pollute, which is a whole other thing. But if you're planning to be a miner or smelter, or sorry, a miner and smelter, or like I said, a miner who supports a smelter, be prepared to deal with these tailings, which some people hate doing it. Not everybody likes it, but I will say this for mining, it's probably the most valuable profession in the whole game. Most servers will have more miners than any other single profession. So if you jump on a server and there's already a couple of miners, don't worry about it. Mining is incredibly valuable. It's not really used on like day one, but from day 2 on to day 30 or 60 or however far your server goes, you're going to need miners. So mining is a great thing. Like I said, it goes with smelting. It goes with engineering to make roads. It goes with glass making. It goes with masonry. It goes with a ton of things. These basic workstations are made by an engineer, so make sure you make friends with an engineer on day 1. You do get more advanced. This is like tier 2 mining equipment, tier 3 mining equipment. You'll need to hit up like a mechanic for these, an electrician for those. But yeah, mining, great profession. Works really well with smelting. So let's talk about smelting. All right, let's talk about smelting. So smelting primarily is about turning iron, gold, copper, concentrate into ingots. That's the main thing. You will be selling or trading whatever iron ingots right from day 2 to day whatever. The iron will never go out of style. Copper and gold, you won't be moving any of those in the early days. Once electronics are a thing, you'll move a lot of those, but then once everybody has their big electronic thing, you'll sell less of those. But iron's your real ticket. But that's not all smelting is. Smelting is some other things on this anvil, such as Advanced Upgrade 3. Everybody needs upgrade modules, so you will definitely sell some Advanced Upgrade 3s. There's like the bank and the mint, some government things. There's a couple of furniture pieces here, cast iron stove. There's a couple of other tables like the cast iron stove. There's also the sawmill, which is a big one. Carpenters need those. But the big thing is going to be iron tools. The first smelter on the server to have iron tools for sale is going to be a very, very popular individual. Very popular. Iron pipes. A lot of people are going to need pipes for moving water around, moving waste products around, smokestacks, chimneys, whatever you want to call them. Those, you'll sell pipes pretty much the whole game. Obviously, these tools will get outclassed later, but early game, you're going to sell a lot of these tools. And the other big thing is nails. Nails are mostly just used for lumber, but especially early game, once you get carpenters up and running making lumber, you're going to sell a ton of nails. A ton, believe me. That was the hardest thing to keep in stock last time I was a smelter. Probably was nails, honestly. There's also, so you do need to put this inside. This can be outside. All this mining stuff, this smelting thing here, can be outside. I think you need a potter to make this for you. Potter or mason. I probably should know that, but I don't. This is, you make yourself. You also have a couple recipes over here at the assembly line. The cement kiln and the blast furnace. I think everything else is either advanced smelting, mechanics, or industry. I would not purchase my own assembly line just to make these two things, because you're only going to make a few of them. I would make friends with a mechanic who's going to have their own assembly line. You're going to want to be friends with the mechanic anyway, because, or they're going to want to be friends with you, because they're going to want to buy iron bars from you. The other big thing for iron bars, oil drillers want that. Obviously, advanced smelters want that. Like I said, mechanics, industry, those are the big ones. So yeah, smelting, it's, you know, once you get it on day 2 or 3, whatever, you'll be really popular, especially early with the iron tools. And then you'll be popular again when the electronics boom hits. But smelting never really goes out of style. It's a great one. Obviously goes well with mining, as we talked about, and goes well with advanced smelting. So let's talk about advanced smelting. Okay, so let's talk about advanced smelting. Your advanced smelting is going to be done at the blast furnace, which, as we showed in the smelting section, is made at the assembly line by smelters. So advanced smelting is, it's all about steel. It's all about making steel bars, and there's a few things you can do yourself with the steel, but that's really all it is. And I guess quicklime. So steel bar is made from iron bars, quicklime, and coal, or charcoal. I recommend coal, but you can do charcoal. You make your own quicklime. It's just from crushed limestone. Glass workers will also potentially want quicklime for you. They can make, there's 2 different recipes for glass. One's just crushed limestone and sand. The other one is quicklime and sand. The quicklime one is more efficient, so you will sell some quicklime to them if you want. But it's mostly about steel bars. Once you get to the point where you start making steel bars, it won't stop. You'll make steel bars the entire game. You also have steel pipes, but most people will just go iron pipes because they're cheaper. But rebar is needed by masons to make reinforced concrete, so you will sell a lot of that. There's rivets that are used in a few recipes, although one of the recipes that they're used in is the Modern Upgrade 1, which you make as an advanced smelter. You will sell a ton of these, believe me. You'll be going through those rivets pretty quickly. But there are some other things you can make as an advanced smelter with steel. Steel tools would be the first one. So we talked about the iron tools in the smelting section. Steel tools are the upgrade. So people will definitely buy these. Not as many as they did with the iron tools, because people will only really buy steel tools for what their professions are, whereas the iron tools, they'll buy a whole set, right? And then you can set up a store to buy back people's tools that are broken and sell fresh ones. So you're always going to be selling tools, always. There's also these steel saw blades, which are used in a few tables. Well, yeah, literally 2 tables, the advanced carpentry and advanced masonry table. Then if you come over to the assembly line, you also have modern tools, which are super late game because they need oil products, fiberglass, but another use of your steel. And then, of course, you're going to want to pick yourself up a rolling mill. This is a pure advanced smelting machine. Corrugated steel and doors, flat steel and doors. So this is a tier 3 building material. Flat steel is a tier 4 building material. So advanced smelting is definitely what I would consider a late game profession. Never goes out of style once it starts. Oh, and just to give you an idea, this is what flat steel looks like, and this is what corrugated steel looks like. I like them both. I like the corrugated steel floors in particular, and the flat steel. I like the flat steel fence, but they both have their uses in late game builds for sure. So yeah, advanced smelting, it's great. It's a great late game thing. Like I said, it goes really well with smelting because you're going to need a ton of iron bars. Although really the biggest thing you need is coal. I found it was always coal. Now, if you're a miner, you can just go mining yourself efficiently, or you could hit up a logger for charcoal, but that gets pricey. But yeah, I recommend those three together. Doesn't mean you have to do them together. Once you get those three, you can go into oil drilling, you can go into mechanics, industry, basic engineering, advanced masonry. There's a ton of things you can go do with those three if you're on a server that has, you know, a higher XP rate where you get more skills. But yeah, that's my overview of mining, smelting, and advanced smelting. I hope you got some use out of this overview. If you did, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Join my Discord, particularly if you want to play on. I have multiplayer servers going, not all the time. There will be a new one starting at the end of January. If you're watching this in the future, hey, there could be a new one starting tomorrow for all I know. I don't know when you're watching this, but most importantly, be good to each other. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.